I think the pitch would have to come in a very large picture. And that is, if we don't defend Taiwan and China takes it over, then the U.S., let me phrase it this way. Are U.S. values worth fighting for? Okay. So if China takes Taiwan, China does not share, most U.S. values, right? It does not share the values of Western civilization, democracy, rule of law, freedom of religion, those things that we have been born and bred with, and that are shared on Taiwan. If the United States is not ready to defend those values, what are those values worth? Do we even share those values? Do you want to live in a world where China is the dominant power? We're already seeing, China having tremendous influence, for example, in the World Health Organization. And we saw how the World Health Organization really didn't push initially for an investigation, on the origins of COVID, and why China dragged its feet on saying, yeah, it has human-to-human transmission. And now look at where we're at, right? It's not an issue of China ruling the world. It is having outsized influence in international organizations and not abiding by international law. That's a real problem.
So in terms of convincing the United States population to fight, I think the issue is going to hedge on the discussion we're having about credibility. If you convince people that Taiwan is the linchpin to preserving our alliances with Japan and South Korea and Philippines and maybe Australia, then they'll say, well, of course, we should fight for Taiwan. I think that argument is wrong, though, and I think it's very important to adjudicate it. It's very hard to adjudicate. If people understood that, then they would not support the U.S. protecting Taiwan, particularly if they understood the risk. But that's why I think the credibility argument is key.